Welcome to Vavau and Refuge Bay. Welcome to Neafu. It's been a long journey from the US West Coast in Canada to Tonga. And we still have to go away on the Pacific. So we take the first opportunity to stretch our legs. But not only the legs need a change, also the mind needs a change. We had a steep learning curve and it's always been going uphill. So we found ourselves in need for a break. To stop and to relax. To think about the whole picture. Jade Akka is safely moored in Refuge Bay and the surf is only visible in a far distance. So we know after stretching our legs, we can also relax and stretch our soul. We go back to town where we find some signs of Switzerland. It's on a nice Sunday where everybody is at church and we decide to take a few days off. But before heading off, it's time for a few checks. First, the rig check. The running rigging, standing rigging, everything takes its toll through the passage, but Jade Akka is still in good shape. The anchoring gear needs regular checks. The furling of the head sails. Even the galley gets a brief inspection if all the gas installations are okay. Of course, there are some checks in the engine room. The water makeup pipe needs repair. The coolant check is crucial for any engine start. The oil level is okay. And all the air and diesel filters seem in good shape. The raw water intakes are good, and also the fresh water supply is as it should be. We check the electricity, solar chargers, everything is going well. And of course the main electricity distribution. All good, everything working fine. So after a small upgrade, it's time to leave and go on land.
De fountain senioreturne.
Yeah, obviously it was time for a change. It's so good to hear the waves on the beach, see the sunset from the land. And read a lot and kayak for a change. We watch the people and the flying foxes. We enjoy the sunset without any responsibility. And we make friends with Lucky, the local dog.
The dog.
Next day we walk around the island, explore the beaches, the coastline. A small boy had shown us the way to the other side of the island. We then walked back along the reef. On the way we saw these trees with flying foxes. As the flood came back, we had to hurry. We made it back to the village just in time. After 3 days, we were back at Jade Akka and sailing to the next anchorage. There, the local family organized a Tongan feast, and they asked us if we would like to participate. So we went there, and in the next day explored their island.
Yeah.
A small trail leads the tourists to the other side. Vavau's islands are pretty close together, so you always see from one beach to the next island. The white sand beach contained what I found everywhere on our trip: plastic. Plastic is not an issue of the locals, it's a global issue. We headed back to Jade Akka in the evening. The next day was underwater exploration. The sandy beaches are usually not that interesting. So we took our time, went back to the boat and observed what was going on around us, like the local family going to town. Lazy as we were, we dinghied around a bit to explore the beaches. And exhausted from all the dinghy driving, we just settled down and had our sundowner. After a nice pancake breakfast, it's time for the coral gardens. The corals turned to be out really nice. But the big difference to the Tuamotus was that we heard the whale songs all along. time to go back on shore. The beach is as beautiful as underwater. After this day of snorkeling and sunbathing, we were up to seeing the whales. We changed to an anchorage that was exposed, but had a good view across the channels. The strategy seemed to work out. We saw some whales. Some broaching whales.
Der erste ist also viel besser gewesen, hä?
We went crazy, the dogs went crazy, just because of these two whales.
Krass.
Sollen wir jetzt wissen? Oh ja.
After so much excitement, time for another sundowner. As soon as the sun was up, the whales were up again.
Huge amount of funds in New Zealand. Thank you very much.
However, we changed anchorage and went to Hunga Lagoon and its famous pass. Inside the lagoon is a fish management zone. That means it's a no-take zone, and it shows very positively. While the inside coral heads are improving slowly, the real interesting thing is on the outside of the pass. There's a wonderful underwater landscape with steep drop-offs and wonderful corals, and sometimes the whales go in here as well. We were super surprised to see these giants so close. And we got slightly anxious when they were swimming past. The whole encounter just lasted a few seconds, but it felt like in time lapse. Once the whales left, we focused on the smaller species again. Hunga was super scenic snorkeling, perfect for free divers. The drop-offs invited to go real deep. Thanks for all the diving, Travis.